Linguistics is the scientific inquiry into and study of language. It involves the analysis of language form and meaning, as well as language in context. Linguistics. I studied linguistics in college, but that doesn't mean I'm fluent in a second language. Linguistically. Linguistic. Linguist. Scientific. I know it doesn't sound very scientific, but I feel that 5 minutes of exercise a day is more than enough. Scientifically. There are a lot of scientifically proven benefits of protein intake. Science. Scientist. Inquiry. I think there should be a thorough inquiry into those shady restaurants downtown. Make an inquiry about something. I made an inquiry about the product yesterday, but I haven't got a reply yet. Inquire. Language. I'm always so impressed by people who speak more than one language. Form. Could you please fill out this application form? Formation. I learned about the formation and evolution of the solar system today. Meaning. I love this artist's work because it has so much meaning, but in a really subtle way. Mean. Can you explain what that actually means? Mean to do. It was a joke. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Mean it. Don't say you love me if you don't mean it. You're so mean. Context. Can you give me some context behind why you suddenly want a new phone? Take something out of context. The star was saying her comments were taken out of context. Contextual. Contextually. Traditionally, linguistics endeavors to analyze language by studying and comparing the elements of sound and meaning. This process has subsequently led to the division of linguistics into various disciplines, including phonetics, semantics, syntax, and pragmatics. Traditionally. My family traditionally uses only handmade ornaments on our Christmas tree. Traditional. A traditional Japanese breakfast. Tradition. You should be respectful of the local culture and traditions when you are in a foreign country. Endeavor. I'll endeavor to get back to you by tomorrow morning. Analyze. Can you get Ryan to analyze these stock market patterns for me? Analysis. How did your data analysis go? What did you find out? Analytics. Analytical. An analytical tool. Analytically. Analyst. A security analyst. Compare. This website makes it so much easier to compare insurance policies between different companies. Something doesn't compare to something. Something doesn't compare with something. Something can't compare to something. Something can't compare with something. Beyond compare. Comparable. Incomparable. Comparison. In comparison to something. In comparison with something. Make a comparison between A and B. Comparative. Comparatively. Element. No matter how safe they try to make it, skydiving always has an element of risk. Elementary. Elemental. Elementally. Sound. Hey George, can can you do something about that horrible sound coming out of the speakers? A sound sleep. A sound investment. That sounds fantastic. Sounds good. Sound like. It sounds like a good idea. Division. The Berlin Wall was a physical division between East and West Germany. Multiplication. Addition. Subtraction. The Sales Division. J-League Division 2. Divide. Multiply. Divisible. Given its scientific nature, the field of linguistics is descriptive and neutral and does not attach subjective value judgments to the features or use of language. Given. Given that you're late again, you're buying drinks tonight. Considering. Nature. I want to believe that it's human nature to be kind rather than selfish. Natural. A natural disaster. Do natural makeup. Unnatural. Descriptive. Harry Potter is so descriptive that I can easily picture the story in my mind. Describe. It's hard to describe how I'm feeling right now. Description. This YouTube video doesn't have a description. Beyond description. How important you are to me is beyond description. Neutral. I tried to keep a pretty neutral face, but she could still tell I was lying. Gender neutral. I heard gender-neutral toys are becoming common in the US and Western Europe. Neutrality. Attach. Sorry, I forgot to attach the slides. Detach. Attached. I'm so attached to this huge plush toy that my grandma gave me when I was 3. Attachment. The email attachment is missing. Judgment. Pass judgment on something. You can't pass judgment on something you've never done before. In somebody's judgment. Judge. Judging from something. Judging by something. Judgmental. You haven't even met him yet, right? Don't be so judgmental. Feature. There are no distinctive features on this trail, so people get lost here all the time. The Japanese work environment will be featured on the show. Featured. Featureless. The study of the different accents and dialects of English spoken by communities within the United Kingdom offers a prime example of this attitude. No way of speaking is held by linguists to be superior, acceptable, or correct. Accent. I can't tell where Michael is from because his accent is so unique. Accentuate. She accentuated her look with a beautiful diamond necklace and low-key earrings. Dialect. Isn't it curious that there are so many different dialects spoken in a small country like Japan? Speak a dialect. Community. Building an online community from scratch is not as difficult as it seems. Community service. The United Kingdom. The United Kingdom consists of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. British. You sound so British. Brit. Is he a Brit? His accent sounds American. Example. I think Japanese food is a good example of cuisine that doesn't need spice to taste awesome. For example. For instance. Exemplify. Rolex watches exemplify enduring craftsmanship, as exemplified by something. Exemplary. An exemplary student. Attitude. You have such a great attitude toward learning new things. Take the attitude that plus sentence. The student took the attitude that the class was a waste of time. Correct. It's so hard to pick the correct answer when all the options are so similar. Correctly. I can't pronounce some words correctly. Correctness. Correction. Make a correction. I'm trying to learn Danish, but there's a ridiculous number of ways to learn languages nowadays. Should I use an app, attend formal lessons at a language institute, or live in the country?
The most sensible approach depends on your objective and how much you already know. Are you aspiring to be fluent?
As a priority, I want to speak basic Danish so I can strike up a conversation with my relatives and not sound stupid. I haven't tried acquiring a new language before, but I'm pretty optimistic because I have Danish parents.
In that case, it's preferable for you to move to Denmark and steadily soak in the language, even if it costs you a fortune. You don't need to learn to spell, and I assure you that this is the quickest way to expand your vocabulary, improve your grammar, and become fluent.
Ridiculous. Ridiculously. Ridiculousness. Nowadays. What are young people interested in nowadays? These days. Institute. Institution. Institutional. Institutionalize. Sensible. Sensibly. Sensibleness. Sensibility. Sensibilities. Depend. It depends on you. Dependence. Aspire. Aspiration. Aspiring. Fluent. Fluently. Fluency. Priority. A top priority. A high priority. A low priority. Prioritize. Prioritization. Strike something up. Do you know a good app that I can use to strike up an online friendship? Start. Stupid. Stupidly. Stupidity. Optimistic. Pessimistic. Optimistically. Optimist. Preferable. Preferably. Preference. Steadily. Steady. Steadiness. Soak. Soaked. Soaked to the bone. Soaked to the skin. Cost. Cost somebody something. Costly. Fortune. Fortunate. Unfortunate. Fortunately. Unfortunately. Spell. Spelling. Assure. Assure somebody of something. Assure somebody that plus sentence. Assurance. Assured. Vocabulary. Grammar. Grammatical. Grammatically. It's grammatically correct but sounds a bit weird.